My first time visiting Australia, I'm curious what is different about Australia that makes this topic so polarizing and so fearful to people that they actually want to shut it down and silence it and pull it from theaters. I'm not sure why there's so much resistance in Australia.
Cassie, I think it could be to do with the fact that a couple of years ago, our Australian of the Year was a mum who lost her only son at the hands of his father in a domestic violence incident. One woman is killed every week at the hands of domestic violence. It's really on the agenda here in Australia. It's not tolerated, and we're really trying to move forward and get it on a path where women aren't dying. I think that is why your film has hit a nerve.
And it was his son that passed?
It was her son who was killed by his father.
I didn't know about that, but that is interesting because it shows that there are male victims of domestic violence.
So that's the lesson you took from that?
Now, as an entertainment reporter for over a decade, it was unlike anything I truly have ever experienced. One of those comments was caught on tape. In this comment that's on tape, he says to me, "Boy, do I wish I was there," while looking me up and down. I was 6 months pregnant at the time, and his co-stars Alan Arkin and Michael Caine were seated on either side of him and actually looked at him when he made this comment to me. Again, it was caught on tape, and take a note of Freeman's eyes in this clip.
One time I congratulated the woman on being pregnant and she wasn't. And so I've never done it again. For 50 years I've never done it.
You've learned your lesson.
I learned my lesson.
Boy, do I wish I was there.
This movie is...
As you see, that was quick right there, but there were other comments made to me by Freeman before and after this one, but they were not caught on.
You must have known when you wrote your very public Facebook post just how sensitive those words were going to be. I don't have the energy to talk about the racial violence of white people. Most of you refuse to acknowledge your existence, privilege and success as a race is built on the backs, blood and death of people of colour.
You said, when you explained about this, you said white people are racist due to socialisation in the same way that men are socialised to be sexist and heterosexual people are socialised to be homophobic. So I'm a white, straight male guy.
It's not about you.
So basically, I'm like enemy number one. So I'm a racist, sexist, homophobe by your logic.
Sexist, yes. But
I'm not sexist, and I'm not racist, and I'm not a homophobe. So who are you, with the greatest of respect to you, who are you to say that every straight white guy in the world is a... Well, you did. You said white people are racist due to socialisation in the same way that men are socialised to be sexist, heterosexual people are socialised to be homophobic. You are calling straight white guys like me a series of offensive, stereotypical labels.
And this is why we speak instead of speaking over me.
The floor is yours.
Okay. So basically, instead of taking it personally, please think about how to be part of the solution.
Why don't you think about being part of the solution?
I am part of the solution.
You're not. You're causing more division.
I'm not causing more division.
You're basically causing more division.
Here's, by speaking about...
By telling all white people they're racist.
Let me speak. And sexism doesn't come from women. So, of course, it's caused by men. This is a social construct.
You don't think women can be sexist?
I don't think that women can enforce misogyny.
What a load of nonsense.
No, because it's all...
You don't think any women can be
women
sexist?
Don't uphold the patriarchy, Piers. That is not
uphold
the
case.
What? The patriarchy.
What's that?
You don't know what the patriarchy is.
I do, but explain it.
The patriarchy is basically a structure that puts men at the top of power. So... It's not women that enforce the patriarchy, because women don't have anything to...
The 5 most powerful people in this country currently are women. How does that sit with your patriarchy? They are.
You're saying that the patriarchy doesn't exist.
I'm saying the 5 most powerful people in Britain are women. So this idea that men still rule the entire planet and are these evil creatures to be removed from power,
you can say
really
that the
stack up
patriarchy
with the
doesn't
facts.
exist, Piers, but the patriarchy exists.
My point of...
You are part of the problem, Piers, because you are denying my lived experience.
What do you mean? I'm not denying you anything.
You're speaking over me, for one.
Well, no, now you're playing your old trick of being the victim. And you played that you immediately came out after you were fired with all the stuff about all the insults you've had and so on and so on. Of course you're going to get insulted. I don't agree with the way they've insulted you, but when you call every white person racist
Here's my
and say we're all
my mother's
Well,
wife.
I was going to
but
ask...
when you say, I don't have the energy to talk about the racial violence of white people anymore, yes, all white people. When you call us a bunch of violent racists, all of us,
come from?
all of us, we are going to get annoyed.
Yeah, racism.
You don't
in
think
society.
any white people on the planet are currently doing what you've just suggested?
I didn't say that.
By implication, when you say
I'm
all
talking
white
about
people,
a structure.
that is what you're saying.
I'm talking about a structure that all white people sit on. I'm talking about society. I'm not talking about literally every single white person. I'm talking about society, and all white people exist within that structure. And yes, I said all white people because all white people have access to the privileges that are that come out of colonialism and slavery.
You think the hundreds of thousands of people on food banks in this country, white people amongst them, are privileged?
They have more. They have more
privileges than you.
I did not say that. I did not
wealthy
say
supermodel.
I did not. Please show me my bank account.
All right. We'll make a lot of money out of this. So let me ask you again. Do you think that white people on food banks in this country are more or less privileged than you?
I did not say that, Piers. I said...
You just implied that. You said that all white people have privilege.
Let me speak, please. I'm saying that if a person is at the food banks and they're white and there's their counterpart and that counterpart is black, that white person has more of a chance of getting out of that situation than their black counterpart.
Where's the evidence for that?
Because of white privilege.
Really?
White people have more access to housing,
so poor white
to credit.
People, just to clarify, poor white people have a better chance in Britain of getting out of their poverty than poor black people?
Yes.
All of them?
I feel like I'm up against the wall with you, Piers.
No, you're not. What you're up against is somebody challenging you on your public statements, which you've managed to turn into a massive great story of your poor victimhood. And I'm telling you, now you're sitting here, that I think when you say all white people are racially violent, that is deeply offensive. And I think when you then clarify and say that straight white guys are basically all sexist homophobes and racially violent, I, as a straight white guy who's not remotely racist, get very offended by that.
And this is why there's a problem, because you take it personally.
There is a problem.
Ooh. No, don't make fun of it, Brendan. This is a big deal. Why? Because this forest is also known as the Sea of Trees, also known as the Japanese Suicide Forest. Why do I have to be in this part? This is not a fucking joke. They make movies about this place. They write books about this place. People legitimately come here to commit suicide. Can't say that at a suicide forest. Yeah, when I rolled up. Just a couple of dumb Americans going camping in a suicide forest. I really hate to say this. I think there's someone hanging right there. I'm not even fucking kidding. Do you see it? I'm not even, this isn't a fucking joke, guys. This is definitely a first for me. Very good. Yeah, I don't feel good. What, you never stand next to a dead guy? No. It was gonna be a joke.
Yeah. It's not something I really planned on doing.
Yeah. What the fuck? I've seen things I can't unsee.
We found a dead body.
Yup! You guys got a dead guy in your forest. 4 knots southeast.
4 knots? That's the speed.
This daily vlog life. I have one piece of advice. Okay, listen closely. Don't go over there. Definitely don't go over there. This is the most real vlog I've ever made.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven.
I caught up with Chelsea and Michael, who were jogging by and were nice to just stop for a quick second. And I said, what are you doing running? And you're saying it was really good out?
It's the perfect texture for running. Very low impact on its dry snow, so your feet don't get wet.
Oh.
It's too nice to not be out here.
Yeah, it's incredible, though, just to see even people still on their bicycles.
Yeah. I don't know how they do it with the bikes. Like braking, at least we can control. You know, at worst case, we can just slide right through a stop sign and we'll be okay because we're pretty visible at night.
All right, well, go ahead and keep on the run. I'm sorry to have kept you, but I appreciate you guys talking with us.
Stay warm.
All right, thanks. We've seen a lot of people out here, like you said, running, sledding, just enjoying it. One thing, oops.
This is my confetti cannon. This is the button that sets it off. I'm going to give this to you, mate. Just set it off when you think it's the right time in the set, yeah? It's actually really lovely. My family at the moment, we've got a lot closer because my mum recently passed away, right?
Mr. Taylor, tell me why you brought your wife to court today.
Well, I brought my wife to court because I believe that she is still cheating.
And if you find out, in fact, that she is cheating, you're not going back. You're done.
No, I'm done. I can't do it no more. Like, she have done this in the past. This is a repeating thing. Like, I put the password into the phone, boom, I see that somebody inboxed her from social media a video, a tape of her.
How do you know it was her in the tape?
She got her name on her booty.
Oh.
You mean like a tattoo?
Yeah.
Who was in the tape with her? Was it this guy, Josh?
Yes, Your Honor.
After you found the tape, you all found a way to make your relationship work. Is that right?
I forgave her.
So once you forgive someone for something in the past and move on, you move on, right?
No.
No. Sometimes, like, it be situations that...
And we have the lover here.
Let's hear it. Oh, you love it here.
Would you state your name, please, for the court?
Josh Charles.
Were you the man in that tape?
Yes, I was the man in the sex tape.
Hey, I already knew that.
Yeah.
What is the nature of your relationship with Miss Jackson?
Oh, that's my girlfriend right there. That's me right there.
What?
That's me.
That's your girlfriend?
Yeah,
What?
he's been going since June 14th. That's me right there.
Yeah. What?
Mr. Charles, when was the last time that you were intimate with Miss Jackson?
This morning.
Is about to do what no one has ever done before.
Attempting the Guinness World Record for the fastest time to jump through 10 panes of tempered glass. Jesus' half-annual Vela already holds 3 Guinness World Records, but this one is by far the most extreme.
Trying to break his way into Guinness World Record history.
And there he goes.
And he's off for the first pane of glass. Hits the train. Hits it hard, but he breaks.
It's not really that much of an issue regularly, but as they come across the line here, you'll see that Russo has probably put, what, 3 bike lengths between himself and Morantino? Morantino also just gapping Nacho for the time being. We're on the final lap as he's busy celebrating, and I think, well, either we're miscalculated or he has. No, he's punching the air, he's celebrating, I think, and I think this race is still going on here, and he hasn't reeled all the lines. He's dancing his way to victory here. That is absolutely superb. It will be the checkered flag this time by. Thank you very much, and what a run that was. Big defensive shimmy it was, punches the air. Beautifully taken.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sean Rabb in the Fox 4 newsroom, and you are looking at a minivan that has been the subject of a police chase that started in Garland. Again, this chase started as a traffic stop in Garland, and the person who's now opening the door and getting out, there you see him. Garland police were following him, and then they dropped out of the chase. Dallas police helicopter, Air One, in the sky above, and I don't think he understands or knows the helicopter has him. Again, this is the 7-Eleven that he's going into right now, is at Abrams and Northwest Highway. Nonchalantly walks into the 7-Eleven as if he's just another guy in the neighborhood going in for an iced tea or soda pop. Going to see if Garland police now start to show up, or Dallas police, because we're in the heart of Dallas now. I mean, there have been a couple other vehicles that have pulled up. This marked unit now going around the back of the store. I believe you're probably going to have some, let's just watch and see. Here he comes. He's walking out. He doesn't see the squad car. He hasn't looked around to see the squad car in the parking lot. He is walking back to the van. Hands in pockets. He looks around and sees the squad car, but now the officers are there. Guns drawn. He puts his hands up like, what? Wow. Some of those vehicles we saw pull into the parking lot were undercover officers. And there he is on the ground.
We decided to see what would happen when we asked a psychic detective to help solve a missing persons case. Posing as the distraught brother of a missing child, we sent our producer, Charlie McElravy, to meet with Lori McQuarrie.
Hi, how are you? Very nice to meet you, Lori.
We showed her a photo of this missing girl, and she agreed to take the case for $400.
But I think it's solvable.
But what Lori didn't know was that the photo our producer gave her was actually a childhood photo of me. And obviously, I'm very much alive.
I don't believe she's alive. I'm sorry. I believe that it was a violent passing.
McQuarrie's sixth sense told her the girl was brutally murdered and sexually assaulted.
I think she was hit in the head with a rock.
But her visions didn't end there.
I think she can be brought home.
Pointing to a remote spot on this map, she even said she could help bring her body home.
Maybe even a mile or two from there.
The next day, McQuarrie sat down for an interview with me to talk about the work of psychic detectives.
I just had a gentleman in yesterday. 30 years ago, his sister disappeared.
She soon began talking about a recent case, but clearly her psychic abilities didn't tell her that I was the girl in the picture.
One of the first things I do in a case, Lisa, is I always make sure people know that if I feel the person is living or not.
So you'll always know,
Yes.
when you talk to a family member, when you start a case, you'll know if this person is dead or
Yes.
alive.
And that's the point, is that
Every time.
Yes.
But apparently her psychic abilities didn't see this coming. Lori, I'm going to show you something.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Does this girl look familiar to you?
Yes, she does. I worked this case.
This is a girl who you said was beaten and killed.
Okay.
This little girl is me. And you told somebody that she's dead.
Wait a minute. You didn't disappear?
I'm right here.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it?
How do you explain being
I
completely
can't
wrong?
Oh,
explain it. I can't explain it.
You're charging them hundreds of dollars.
You know what, dear? I
Hundreds
think
of
we're done.
dollars. You're taking advantage of desperate people with a bunch of hocus pocus, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I think we'll go. Thank you. It's been an interesting experience. You all have a lovely, lovely evening.
Plastic bits of crap running through the crab cakes. Is everything okay? Yeah, the chef sent out a little surprise. I got bits of plastic running through there. See the plastic? I don't know where it came from, but it's definitely in there. But I'm done with that. Thanks. Okay. Severe warning for what's to come.
Eric, you found a piece of plastic in there. Where's that from? I don't know, man. Fuck him. I have no idea where that plastic came from. Just happened to appear. I don't even have plastic in my kitchen.
Miss, hi.
You're terrifying me. You're one of the funniest people I have ever seen.
Oh my God, thank you.
Oh my God, you kill me.
Oh wow, thank you so much.
Well,
Who do you think's funnier? Be honest, me or Seth Rogen?
oh my God, you.
Thank you.
Oh my God, a million times.
Really?
I don't think he's funny at all.
Oh wow, well he's right here, Seth Rogen. Oh, that's Seth Rogen.
He's really funny.
He's very funny.
Yes.
I'm not into stoner humor, so.
Oh, okay. Well then you wouldn't be into Seth Rogen.
See what I mean?
Yeah. So you like me more.
I do.
What is going on?
I guess I'm not eating the right things. I mean...
We gave you the instruction that you need to follow, and you're not following. You play your cards right until you got the surgery. And now you're playing this kind of game, and you think that's okay? How in the world somebody...
I don't see how I'm playing any game. I throw up constantly. I eat what I can keep down.
That's how it works. You throw up constantly because the surgery forces you to when you overeat now.
I think my problem is I'm holding a lot of fluid. I can't hardly pee.
Really?
I mean, I don't know what, I mean, you...
What do you mean you don't know? And you think that you're not eating and you're getting...
I don't want to get malnourished either.
Do you look like you're malnourished?